Don't be surprised when I ask, can I go to work with you today? So it's take your son to work day, huh?
Yeah.
Aren't you retired?
Yes, I am. I retired for 13 years. The last 11 years, I've been volunteering at the Riverside County Animal Shelter. I like animals, all kinds of them, so I figured that's where I would do my volunteering. Like I said, this December will be 11 years that I've been doing it.
Wow.
I'm over here in the first part of this facility is the clinic. Here's where people can bring their dogs and come in and get them fixed or neutered. Usually on a Wednesday, usually the middle of the week, they'll do shots. So they'll schedule, come in at a certain time and get their shots done. The spay and neuter for our own animals, we do it on a consistent basis. The only time we would ever do it in a group or mass would be when we're doing a special event where all the animals are free. So we have clear the shelters a couple times a year. If all the vets and the contracted vets were here, we can actually do 60 a day, if you can believe that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a whole lot. And
That's dogs and cats.
yeah. Yep.
Okay. Water bowls out here? Is that just for people who are walking their dogs?
Right, because of the heat that we've had, over 100 degrees, we've put water bottles in a couple, or water pans in a couple of sections here so they can get water while they're waiting to come in or waiting to be seen. This office here is lost and found, so when somebody loses their animal, they can come here, they'll check in, they'll come over to the kiosk inside, which we'll see in a little bit. We have a computer in there that they can see. Again, I'll show you that in a few minutes. Once they determine we have their pet and they verify that it's their pet, then they'll come into this office. They'll fill out the paperwork, pay if there's charges, or sometimes we actually let them go for free, and then they can go pick up their pet.
The charges would be for
room and board,
okay.
Shots. When they come in, we don't take the chance. We give them rabies shots. If they look like they're sick with something, we'll give them medical shots. They'll get flea and tick shot.
Okay.
Which usually takes about 2 weeks before you see all the ticks, falling off them. But they just want to make sure, they don't want to take a chance.
So every animal that comes in here gets a full health screening then?
Correct. And
okay.
Then the customer will pay for that. When they come and pick their dog up, they will pay for that.
Hey, so I noticed on this picture here, like the cat's missing part of his ear. What is that?
We offer a TNR service. It's trap and release.
Okay.
So they used to be called feral cats. We now call them community cats. So a person has to catch them in a trap, which we let them have for free.
Okay.
They check it out, then they have to return it. They go into their community, they trap that cat that's been bugging them, they bring it in, we fix it, we call them, the cat's ready, and they put it back. Riverside established a new ordinance that cats can remain free, running wherever they are.
Okay.
We don't take them into
They're not a nuisance.
Anymore. Right. They're community cats, so they stay out there.
Okay.
But it's pretty cool because we turned a lot of people away. They're bringing these cats, say, bring it in a trap, we'll fix it for you, but then you have to put it back where you found it. And so to identify it, they clip one of the ears so they know that it's been fixed.
Got it. Very cool. Cool.
Okay, so we'll go a little behind the scenes here.
Behind the scenes.
Public is not allowed here. If we're holding dogs for rescue to come and we've already pulled them, we'll put them into this area until they come. We work with about 15 or so rescues.
Okay.
So the dogs that have become a little aggressive and really not adoptable to the average person, or they've got a medical problem of some kind, rescues will come, they'll take them, they'll get them taken care of, they'll work with them until they're not aggressive anymore, and then they'll adopt them out to their clients.
Okay. Specific breeds or specific temperament of dogs, like that type of thing?
Right, and there are specific breed rescues too, that they only look for Dalmatians, or they only look for Corsos, or or Malinois.
Oh, we have some experience with those.
I heard about that. This is the clinic area. This is where the surgeries are done. There's a typical station right here where they'll work on them.
Okay.
Once they are out of surgery, the one thing that we make sure that the dogs are going to be healthy. Hello, Ricardo. How you doing? The dogs will be set down here until they look like they're fine. That they've come out of surgery, anesthesia, they look okay, they're reacting properly. Then we'll carry them and we'll take them into 1 or 2 rooms. Either this area or these areas, or there's more kennels that are in the back.
Okay.
Right.
Very cool.
This area, it sterilizes all the surgical equipment. Volunteers will work here and they will help put the packs back together. One of the jobs that I do while I'm here is needles. In that room, we have all the needles or syringes that they need to do for surgery and shots and what have you. And once I'm done putting them together, they go into that room.
Okay.
And no one out of the area here can have access to that room. Needless to say,
And sterile.
syringes. Yeah.
Yep.
Right, it looks okay. This area is receiving. The animals here there's something wrong with them medically, and they're treating them. They've just come in. Every animal that comes in from our trucks will come through here. This staff will analyze them, take their picture, give them a ID number.
Okay.
That ID number sticks with them for the rest of their life. Right? They're processed. If they're healthy, everything's okay, then they're put into the stray side kennels.
Got it. Okay.
This area is also used for adoptions. In other words, when a dog is getting adopted from here, the either staff member or a volunteer will bring them in here. They'll check the dog, make sure it's microchipped. The microchip is the correct one. It's had all its shots, and they will then say it's ready to go home or it's staying for surgery. If it's staying for surgery, then it goes back in the kennel and waits for the staff to come pick it up and give it surgery. If it's going home, then it's taken to the owner waiting out in the kiosk.
Got it. Okay.
So this area is animal control. The only ones that are allowed in here are animal control. Most staff don't have access to it. They'll usually meet around 8 in the morning, be told what's going on out there. Dispatch is here. Dispatch here will then give them the calls that they need. And they have actually a sergeant, 2 sergeants, and 2 lieutenants.
Okay.
One sergeant runs Riverside City itself. The other sergeant is over Riverside County, and both lieutenants split up the area. Depending on what's going on at a specific time, they can be assigned. Like now, we've got 3 or 4 fires going.
Right.
There's one that's coming over it's in the Riverside and the Lake Elsinore area.
Mm-hmm.
All of our troops are out there. We're moving animals, horses, everything. So they're doing double duty out there. We're even accepting animals here right now too from the fire. The evacuees can bring their animals here or out to San Jacinto to be taken care of.
Okay.
Hey, D. All right. So as you can tell, this is our dish room. What happens here is when we adopt an animal out, we take everything that was in there, all the dishes, water bowls, everything. We bring it in here. They're set here. Our volunteers and our work release will come in. They will, after they hose them down, they'll stick them in here, pull the handle down, sanitizes them, right? Over here, they'll place the dry dishes and bowls, and our animal control technicians, they're ACTs, they'll come in here, take the new, put it in, and replace the ones that were dirty. We're real critical on not letting diseases spread. I mean, it's the biggest thing that we do, besides, of course, walking dogs and getting them adopted, right? But
keeping them healthy
is the big thing.
Awesome. It's a lot of dog bowls.
A lot of dogs.
So I see these folks out here are these folks that are potentially looking to adopt this dog, or?
Yes, those are 2 volunteers. You can tell by their aprons.
Okay.
And they're showing the dog. They might have just been passing by, but what they're doing is they're walking the dog, getting it exercise. And we really need to have volunteers. We have quite a few that already come, especially during the summer months when school's out. We get a whole lot of teams.
Students.
Yeah. And a lot of them have to do community service too. So they've got to do 20 to 40 hours depending on their school. So we get a lot of them during, it's good for us because they're here and they're walking a whole lot of dogs.
We're at the end of summer right now, but how many volunteers would you say are here?
250 active.
Wow, okay. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a massive facility.
And they don't come in all at the same time.
Right, that makes sense. Okay.
So through here is another area that volunteers work. This is our laundry room. This is where they do laundry.
Okay, so those are some big machines.
Yeah, so for volunteers and work release, volunteers they'll get an email saying, hey, we're behind in laundry. Looks like we're pretty well caught up. What they'll do is they'll come in, they'll throw all the clothes that they can fit in the washer, push one button, automatically starts. An hour later it's done. It does all the soap. Everything's done automatically. Once it's done, a volunteer will take out the clothes, throw it into the dryer, load up the dryer, push the button. An hour later, the laundry's done. And they take it over here, they fold them, put them up in here. And most of this what's very important for us is that we hold puppies and kittens in these towels and small blankets.
So
for
again,
two reasons.
need
One
to
is
be
we don't
clean.
get scratched.
Yeah.
And the second one is we don't want to pass on the disease to them. So we wrap them in that blanket and we'll hand it to the customer too when we hand them a puppy.
Nice.
This is a restricted area. If somebody has to see a dog in the restricted area that they might have lost, we escort them. They can't come in here themselves.
Okay.
This area here is grooming. In fact, right now we're going to walk into, we're training a group of volunteers on how to groom, bathe and brush, not cut.
Okay.
There's a person in here that has her own business. It's Groovy Grooms. Her name's Madison Olson. She has her own business. She has a mobile grooming truck, and she does it. She's agreed and she is a volunteer here too, but she's agreed to come in a couple days a month and train volunteers on how to do it. So this is Madison.
Hey there. Good. Good to meet you.
So she has agreed. She has agreed to come and do training, and of course groom dogs. You want to tell us how it went?
Oh, it went pretty good today. We had, I don't know, maybe 8 dogs, 10 dogs today. I'm still going. We have like an hour or so left. Got a few cute pups.
So if you're the trainer, are these your trainees?
Yeah, we've had a few people in today. I think like 12, 14
Yeah, at least.
people. Yeah. They're kind of cycling through. We have a few people putting dogs back, walking around.
Nice.
Been a good busy day.
Love it. Do you have a dog over there now?
No, we're about to go get another one.
Oh.
Now, yeah.
Oh.
I'll bring one for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, would love to see it.
Yep.
Come on in. What's this one's name?
Well, hello.
Hey, so.
What a handsome boy. You. You look like you were built for water, dude.
I was going to say, we're going to find out very quickly if he's a water dog or not.
And there's your paws. There you go. He's like, oh, good.
The black one that just went out.
It
sounded- Kept biting. It sounded like he was tearing out.
Oh no. I know, it's funny. Some dogs are fine with it, you know. Others, it just. You
Well,
kidding?
the one was girl who's already
I'm kind of just teaching people how to like bathe and groom and
She had
stuff so
never
that they
had
can do it when I'm not here.
Yeah.
And she was just terrified of trying to get out.
Yeah.
It looked like a miniature Malala. It was so cute. It had like the pointy ears and like the Malala body was just like tiny. It was so cute. It's in the 400s, I think.
Very cool. It was good talking with you.
Yeah, it's nice talking to you.
Yeah. Say hi to your dad, too,
I will.
if he remembers me.
He will, I'm sure.
Well, hello.
Because you caught me being submissive.
Yeah, a little bit. He's like, and camera shy, too. That's okay. What a cutie. What a cutie.
Those eyes.
So this is the stray side. Basically, the dogs that are here are still waiting for their owners to come. We don't let volunteers back here because they're used to touching and putting their hands in and playing with them.
Yep.
These dogs could take, we don't know yet, so there could be a dog here that's so aggressive that it would attack.
Yeah. Okay. So not for up for adoption. So is there a certain amount of time that people
5 to
have?
10, yeah, it's a good question. 5 to 10 days is how long that they would make for a stray hole. And then once they didn't come, then we move them over to the adoption side.
Oh, okay.
Right now, because we're so overloaded, we've opened up these 2 buildings for adoptable dogs and stray dogs mixed.
Oh, okay.
Right?
And they're tagged somehow, because I know you mentioned when
their ID cards
yeah,
let them
when
know.
their intake process,
it's a good question.
they're marked who's who, and
right. And basically what we've set up is color coding. So the white cards means they're still waiting for their owner.
okay.
The green and purple means they're ready for adoptions, and people can look at them and
Okay.
take them out. You know, we can take them out and show them.
Okay.
So these are what we call ACTs, or animal control officers, or technicians. They handle the adoptions and the cleaning of the kennels, and they do adoptions.
Okay.
Here on the campus, we have 3 play yards, and they're dividing it up now, so it's actually really 4. They just did this, where volunteers can bring them in here, and they can let the dogs run free, off leash. You know, usually 15, 20 minutes, depending. If the dog keeps running, they'll wait. They'll let them play until they get tired. Otherwise, when they start laying down, hey Joy, when they laying down and they're looks like they've had their exercise, then they're put back in the shelter. Now there's 3 of us volunteers that are allowed to do play groups. In other words, we can take 2 and 3 dogs out into the yard and let them interact. And what we found is when that's done, the dogs get along better. They're not in the same kennel, but they seem to be easier to get adopted, because they become more friendly, because they've been exercising, they've been having interaction with other dogs out of the kennel.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
And
Otherwise,
then this is an observation area, so if you're not ready to go into the pen, you can sit out here and observe.
right. And this main area here really is where the volunteers come take the dogs out and exercise them.
Okay.
So the dogs under 25 pounds are out here. The dogs that are over 25 pounds and the volunteer wants to take them in and let them play, they go into one of these yards.
Okay.
Like I said, there's 4 of them, and we'll see another couple.
Kind of like this big boy right here.
Yeah.
Definitely over 25 pounds.
Yep.
So I see some barns back there. So are there larger animals here?
Sometimes. Let's take a walk back there and see what's there. Again, volunteers are not allowed to go there. Only if an animal control technician, an ACT, asks them for help, like to catch chickens or something that are getting adopted. Sometimes they need help, and they'll ask a volunteer to come with them.
Okay.
In fact, I can see a horse over there right now.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't see us, though.
No, not yet. So over here you see a van. This is one of our new ones. We've got another one on the way. We actually go out into the public, in the low-income areas, and we do spay and neuter, shots, microchips, whatever they need. And majority of the times, in the low-income areas that we go, we do it for free.
Nice.
So they don't have to come all the way in. And you're talking about
so this, like, this is like a full functioning,
right,
like, medical truck.
Yep.
So you can do all the procedures in the truck here.
Exactly. And like I say, we got another one that's been ordered.
That's really cool.
Finally in the budget.
Yeah, this thing looks brand new.
It is. It's about 3 months, I think we've had it. Now here at the facility, people can't turn their horses in. They're too expensive to take care of.
Yep.
But if we get a call that there's one running loose, or a lot of them end up in the riverbeds, we'll go get them and bring them in here. The other way, and most of the horses, when we get a bunch of them in here, is we confiscated them. We get a complaint that somebody is mistreating them. We'll go in, we'll take a look, we'll give them a warning, we'll tell them we can give them help, we'll have rescues come and help them. If they turn us down, we'll confiscate the horses, we'll take them from them. It goes to court, and they have to go through the the litigation to see if they can get their animals back. I would say 9 times out of 10, they don't get them back, and we adopt the horses out. Hello. Okay.
A little shy.
We hold them, if we found horses, we'll hold them for 14 days. After 14 days, then they get adopted. They'll go up for adoption. If they're a purebred type horse, I mean, ones that you know that are really worth a lot of money, they'll auction them off. Because they are expensive to take care of.
Yes, they are. I don't know if you noticed the cowboy hat or not, but I do know something about horses. Oh.
Well, here's some baby goats.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Yes. How are you? Yeah. Oh, you like taking your picture, huh? Well, at least you're friendly. Yeah, in about 10 days, they'll be adopted out. They don't last long. We get pigs. Of course, you can see we get goats. We even get big goats. Peacocks. I don't know if we still have them. We had 3 peacocks last week. Yeah, I know, but we have to go to work. Yes. Yeah. Rooster. There's another one. Hello.
Ooh, that horse is very well trained.
How you doing, huh? How you doing? And we get a lot of pigs also. I don't know if we have any. I don't think so. I think they're all gone. So as you can see, we also have horse trailers. We've got a couple of them and a few more out in San Jacinto. You know, is one part of Riverside County has a Riverside emergency animal rescue. In fact, I happen to belong on that. And we get called out on fires where we'll respond out. We have volunteers that have trailers and people need the fires coming at their houses or whatever. We'll go out there. We'll get the horses, animals, pigs, llamas. I mean, we've had everything out, you know, out there, and bring them to one of our facilities to take care of them.
Nice. Well, they're probably very busy right now.
Yeah, right now, as you can see, there's not one animal control truck here. They're all out. They're out at the fires. They've been doing overnight duty, staying at some of the high schools, taking in pets from people, and just being there to, you know, make sure we take care of the animals. We even put up a tent out there in Marietta where it's an equestrian facility, and we've got people manning it. In fact, I was supposed to be there today, but I couldn't make it. But one of the other volunteers that's been there is almost as long as me. He's out there helping. So these 2 shelters, kennels here, are sometimes called them pods, are for the adoptable dogs. Again, there are some mixed in there that are ready. They're waiting for adoption and or see that dog over there. Hey, Joy. Nice.
I think we should go join them.
Yeah.
Cool off.
Again, so this area here that you see here is where volunteers would bring the animals out and walk them. Also, this is where staff and or volunteers would show dogs too. Because you see two volunteers there, I think one is training. The girl that's holding the leash is teaching her how to go. We do a training. I mean, myself and two others do volunteer training. When new people coming in, we teach them, facility course, kind of like what we just done.
Yep.
Then we show them how to take the dogs in and out of the kennels. And now what we're doing is we're doing a backup training that when they're coming back for their first or second time and they want to do dogs, then they'll shadow somebody, and then they'll let them do it too, just to make sure that they're very comfortable.
And are you always accepting volunteers?
Yes.
Okay.
And the nice thing about it, it's very easy to do it, because all they have to do is go online, fill out the application. Once that application gets approved, they'll get an email to come in for an orientation, so they get a real idea of what we do here.
Okay.
Once they do that, and they get fingerprinted.
Okay.
Once they clear fingerprinting, then they'll get another email to come in, and then one of us will train them.
Okay.
It's an easy process. It's an easy process. We also make sure the people we're getting in here are okay, that they haven't had any animal cruelty or what have you.
Okay. That's good to know.
Over here is where the cats. That's why it's nice and quiet. We call them the cat condos. They're little kennels, but we call them cat condos. Yeah, and it's kitten season, so it's still not over. Usually it starts in late April, and we're still getting them. People are still bringing the kittens in.
So these are kittens that people have found, or unexpected kittens from their
sometimes own. Right. There's an area up there where we have them for nursing too, and where they have them to come in and they have to be pregnant, and they have kittens here.
Oops.
Oh, pretty. So volunteers, the main thing we need volunteers for, as you can see, the signs that are up here, is to clean. The cats are the quickest ones to get diseases. I mean, we use a Virox as the name of the disinfectant that we spray that. You have to wear gloves. Hey, kitty, you have to wear gloves to be able to, during cleaning, because that stuff is so strong. Yeah. And then after you touch one, then you have to Purell your hands so you don't, if it is sick, you don't pass on the disease. We're a big thing about disease and keeping the kennels clean. The volunteers do the same thing like what we just did. They'll play with the kitties and socialize them. The kitties they could physically take out. And the bigger cats, the door's easy to open. They can just put their hands, in there. Also, this is where the cats would go to the bathroom, and of course, some of them that are still afraid, they actually hide in there. So this is a butterfly garden. Here's where we adopt out butterflies. No, not really. We have a volunteer. She hatches the monarchs. So she'll bring them in here. There's some milkweed plants left. The sun has like been killing them, but they really like the milkweed. She'll release them. She'll put them in here and let them hang before they're hatching, or she'll bring them in already hatched and then release them here in the garden. And then every year they take off and then they come back. Volunteers voluntarily come out here and water. In fact, the volunteer bought the one that she's got a green thumb. She actually purchased that fountain herself. And she's planted most of the stuff that's here.
What a beautiful mural.
Yeah, the mural was done by Hannah. It was paid for by Ask Foundation, ASK Foundation, Animal Solutions Connection.
Ooh.
And they donate a lot of money to us when we need it for specific things that the budget, wouldn't cover. Over here is another play area. It used to be for staff only because they're allowed to bring their dogs, but we've opened it up for volunteers too, so they can bring their animals, let them run, take them off leash. They have a pool here also, and they'll fill the pool and let the dogs play in the water if they need to cool off.
Pretty coat.
Yeah.
Just have like a medium sized.
We're empty right now.
No fun.
So back in this area over here is where people, once they decide that they're gonna adopt a dog, they would come back here, get in line if there's a line, and then one of these service representatives, the official titles are ASRs, Animal Service, they would do the adoption. You're welcome. They would do the paperwork. If it was involved in paying, they would pay here, pay for the license. If it's out of county, they'd have to go get their own license, depending on what city they live in. Otherwise, we collect it all here. We put them in the system. The chip is also registered automatically now, so we don't rely on the customer going and doing it. Information they give us, we put that information and it goes into their chip registry.
Does every animal that comes in gets chipped?
Everyone. There's
Funny seeing you again.
Hello. Every animal leaves here with a chip. You can't take the animal out of here unless it's been fixed and chipped.
Got it. Okay.
In this area here, we try really basically hold, in fact, there's a nice looking puppy in there, like a pit bull. You get a better shot from here. We put the smaller puppies in here either for adoption and or if they were adopted, we'll put them in here where the owner pays for them. In these, we usually have rabbits, chinchillas, guinea pigs, whatever's coming in. Apparently, and we adopt them out. And in these areas, usually we put the cats and kittens. the cute ones. In fact, this guy just got adopted. And here we started this almost a year ago where it's a nursery for kittens. I think there's one down, yeah, there's one little one down there. Some of these have to be hand fed because they're so young, they lost their mother. So the girls here hand feed them. Yes, kitty. Yeah, you know. Oh, there's two of them. So they have to be fostered because of the age until they're 8 weeks old, and we don't let one go out. They have to take them in pairs, so they're comfortable, so they don't cause a lot of stress for them. We also let them. We'll get pregnant cats in here. We'll put them in here. We'll put a cover over so they can birth, and then we'll make sure that the mom's taking care of them, properly. But we had quite a few 2 weeks ago. So a lot of people have come in and fostered. In fact, there's a woman that's sitting there that's here to foster kittens. She runs a rescue organization. So she saw the advertisement because we advertised, hey, come on in and foster. And so she's in here to foster a number of animals.
So when she fosters, the cats go with her, and then when they're ready for adoption, they come back.
Yeah, they come back. They sign that it's not theirs, it's ours. But we also, if they've adopted and if they've foster and they want to adopt, then we either cut the rate very well, 50% or less, or sometimes we'll just go ahead and let them have them for free because they took care of them all that time.
Got it.
So it looks like it's a trap and release. Albert. Hey. Congratulations, man. Remember we talked about it before, didn't we?
Yes, we did. It finally happened.
Yeah.
And look at you. You're finally a movie star?
Yeah.
I knew it was going to happen.
It's my son, David.
David,
how you doing?
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Badass guy, man.
He's all right.
Nah, he's cool, man. He keeps us afloat over here so many times. We didn't know what the hell we were going to do until Larry showed up.
All right.
Here we go.
Oh,
What did this cost you anyway?
It's like $20.
You saved my ass like so many times. All right, Larry.
All right.
It was nice meeting you.
Good to meet you.
This is Annie.
Hey,
She's one of the ones that likes to feed the little kids. She'll hand feed them with a little tiny bottle.
Nice.
And it takes a lot of time and dedication, but she gets it done. Oh, here we go. Oh, the lady sitting over here is a trainee.
Hey, Megan. Congrats.
Yeah, we're harassing her as much as we can. Good, look. That's it.
All right.
Help us with animal transporting, cleaning dirty kennels, helping us with dishwashing, and even taking our
Long-lost cat finally reunited with its owners, and it took 12 years to find him.
Inland of our viewer, Geographic Village shares the incredible tale on how Butters the cat was finally found.
Hi, baby boy.
A surprise reunion, more than 12 years in the making. Is this something that you ever thought would happen?
No. I thought he was dead.
Angelo and Shelley Castellino adopted Butters when they lived in San Diego. But one night back in 2011, Butters disappeared.
Butters was a pretty adventurous cat. So he would go outside a lot. He'd learn how to use the dog door. And, one day he never returned.
They thought a coyote got him, but they were wrong. 12 years later, Butters is very much alive. And they got that news last week, ironically, on the night of their 29th wedding anniversary.
At first, we didn't pick it up because we thought it was, one of these scam calls. But when they called back again, my wife picked up. And he told her that they had Butters.
Turns out Butters was found in the backyard of a Riverside County Animal Services officer way out in Blythe.
We almost think it was meant to be. I mean, you're talking about like in the area of Blythe, where it's in the desert. We have 2 employees that work out there, animal control officers, and this cat decided to jump in his backyard.
No one knows for sure where Butters has been the past decade, but because he was microchipped, they knew exactly where to find his owners. And thanks to the Ask Foundation in Riverside, an animal services volunteer flew Butters all the way to Seattle this past weekend. That's where Angelo and Shelley now live.
Our prodigal kitty has come home. Woohoo!
Do you get the feeling he remembers you?
I think he does, yeah. I think he does. Because he took to me right away.
Butters is not only back home with Angelo and Shelley, but his brother Barnacles. All thanks to a microchip.
I cannot stress enough how important it is to get your kitty cat and your doggies chips.